After years of building mid-power rockets, I finally decided to build my first high-powered rocket. Now I want this rocket to be over 6 feet tall, and I want to build it for under $100. Now this will be very difficult, as most high-powered rockets can cost $1,000 or more. Now my first step is to find a body tube. Now this, I'll just be using a cardboard tube. It's 8 feet long and very sturdy. Now we do have a slight issue because the motor is actually the same diameter as the body tube. So this may affect how we're going to actually build a rocket. But after looking at it, I decided on using a transition tube. Now basically this transition tube's inner diameter is equal to the rocket body tube's outer diameter, which means that we can slide it on nicely. Now, the thing about this tube is it is actually very tight on the outside of the body tube, so I'm going to make sure that I remove some cardboard from where I'll be gluing it on to make sure that it slides on nicely. My next step was actually to glue the transition tube onto the body tube. Now for this, I'm just using epoxy. As you can see through the time lapse, I'm mixing the epoxy up and then applying it to the end of the body tube. Now I put on a lot because this rocket is very powerful and I want to make sure that everything goes well. Now after pushing that transition tube onto the body tube, you can see it actually fits very nicely because I removed some of the cardboard from the outside of the body tube. After cleaning it and smoothing it out, my next step was to actually design in 3D my nose cone and the transition between the body tube and the transition tube. Now, as you can see with the rocket, it's important that we have both of these pieces. Now, after 3D printing this with my Enders 3D Pro, I went on to let the epoxy cure for 24 hours. Now, after this was done, I went ahead and slid on my 3D printed transition cone. Now that slides very nicely to the bottom, and conveniently the epoxy actually adds a bit of layering on the outside so that my transition cone can slide on nice and tight. So after completing that, I went on to cutting my fins. Now, again, I'll just be using cheap materials for this rocket. So this is just some Coroplast sign board that I bought. Now I'm using black because painting it's a bit of a hassle and easier if you just get it done from the beginning. So after putting edges on the fins, this did take quite a while because I had to make sure I did it very well for all 3 fins. But after completing the edges on all the fins, I went ahead to actually glue it onto my body tube. Now, for this, I'm just going to be using some hot glue, but I'll be applying a lot of hot glue and making sure that the surface is rough so that we're going to have a pretty strong bond between the fins and the body tube. So after repeating this 2 more times, my finished product is looking honestly very nice. My next step was to actually glue that transition cone onto the body tube. We can't just have it sitting there during flight. So again, just a bit of hot glue. It's already pretty tight, but just a bit of glue just to hold that together. That's very important. And so as you can see, I'm turning it on and then again, using my finger to smooth the glue out because the glue is still quite hot. My next step is just, as you can see, to roll it around, see everything is, in order and looking good. So after completing this, I fit my motor into the end of the body tube. Now it's looking very nice and it fits in tight, but quite well. My next step after this is actually to see if the cone fits in nicely into my body tube, and you can see it does. It's looking very good. Now looking at the progress that I've made, you can see that we've got the rocket almost complete. We just have to add basically a parachute and launch lugs at this point, and I will be doing that in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Hope to see you guys there.